Oh, my name's Fox Ransom, again, Ambit Fox, and I wanted to give my thoughts on the new DC's rebooting of the new one, because even though I myself had not read many of the new 52 comics, I have watched Atop of the Fourth Wall, and they kind of point out a lot of the bad, and he kind of points out a lot of the bad things. But now they're redoing it again, which one I'm thinking, well, DC, fudge, why? Like, you're just gonna keep rebooting stuff, aren't you? But, Batman Beyond. Whoa, there's gonna be a two-part premiere of Batman Beyond? I think. No, it's something else. Back off, Scooby-Doo. I don't know. Now they're rebooting it, and one thing I want to say is one from what I've read, the little bit that I have read, apparently they're trying to bring back Legacy into the DC universe, because if you reboot it the right way, which I say the right way of rebooting, if they're going to reboot a series at all, or the thing at all, I would say erasing everything of a past of a hit world is pretty dang stupid. Like, I'm trying to, like, that's just pretty dang stupid. And that's kind of what they did with the new 52. They kind of erased the past of everything, which is not something I like at all, especially since I've been learning a lot about, like, the past of superhero comic books, having, like, each thing different. And even so, like, I think probably what I would say is probably one of the best reboots for DC, at least, was probably when they, the one where it was the one that's supposed to be like one of the best comic books, or one of the good stories where, like, they bring all the multiverse together, and then in the end it ends with the multiverse fusing together to make it to one universe. And that way you have, like, the Golden Age Flash meets the Silver Age Flash meets the, so on. You have all the versions of the Flash meeting and so on and so forth. I like that idea, and I want that to be the reason, even though I'm hearing Batman v Superman is not the greatest movie right now, so I'll tell you probably tomorrow, or Tuesday, or the day after, whatever. I want that to kind of be the whole multiverse merging. That's what I want them to do if they can get their freaking act together with the movies. To meld, like, the multiverse, the TV shows, and all of them, to meld them all together, so that way you have, like, the connection between all of them with the Flash and everything. Like, even now, there's apparently the Flash is going to meet with Supergirl, which I haven't done research on that yet, if this is Barry Allen's, like, that version's Flash, or if maybe Supergirl is farther in the future farther in the future of the Arrowverse than Arrow and them. But I don't know, but let's hope. Or maybe the Flash just somehow gets to that universe. But, it's pretty cool. And the thing is, like, they're doing a whole rebirth thing, which now they're they're doing the rebirth, and now they're trying to add back Legacy to it, which, one, yes, please do that, because I kind of want to see, the rebirth. Ace ends the part one, obvious reference to iconic. Oh, I want to see them, continue that. I want to see them have a legacy of these heroes, legacy of everything that's going on, and not ignore it, because ignoring it just seems so dang stupid. Mind you, if you're doing something like maybe the Batman, which the Batman is, you can consider an Elseworld, or other stories that take place with these same characters, but just in another alternate universe. Fine, I can understand that. But if you're just going to go straight up, like the DC universe, and just straight up go, everything else, gone. And from watching the retrospective of the Blue Beetle of Atop of the Fourth Wall, which I love, and kind of the reason why I like this, is I love Blue Beetle, even though I have not read that many comic books of the Blue Beetle. Heck, I haven't read any. I'm more of a fan of watching Young Justice, which is like the first series arc of the Blue Beetle books. And then also, the second season is. And then also, the character itself, I love the ideas already of it and everything that it has about it, I like that. I love the idea. I just love all of that, and especially now learning the whole backstory of the Blue Beetle from beginning to end is freaking awesome. And he was like one of my favorite characters in Young Justice, Batman Brave and the Bold, which back then I didn't like cartoons as much as I did now, because one, I kind of waned away because I thought, oh, these aren't like the old cartoons. These aren't like the old cartoons I used to watch, like Ed and Ed. Each one, I'm going to stop watching them. And then I'm like, now I'm kind of thinking, well, no, duh. These are way better. But, well, actually, I got to rewatch Batman Brave and the Bold to actually say if it's better than like the Batman or Batman animated series. But things like Steven Universe, you know. But the Blue Beetle was like one of my favorite characters in like Batman Brave and the Bold. Definitely, like whenever I saw the Blue Beetle, like I would watch the Batman Brave and the Bold, I'm like, because there was nothing else on TV. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll watch this. I'll watch this for a little bit. It looks stupid, but you know what? I'll watch it. And whenever, and mind you, again, I like the show now. Mind you, like, and from that, I was kind of looking at it as like a stupid stance. But a stance like, oh, this is just stupid. There's nothing good in here. Not looking at it, just like, nah, stupid drawing, stupid stuff. It's not dark and stuff. But some of my favorite episodes was with Jaime Reyes, and it's nothing. And well, trying to think how. Well, what the heck was I gonna say? But it's extreme. I extremely like that. I love the idea of like I love the ideas of like a suit that allows you to that gives you weapons and stuff like that. It's an awesome, cool thing. Heck, Iron Man, but. I actually prefer the Blue Beetle over Iron Man, but I like that. That was a pretty cool thing, and I actually kind of wanted to know more about that. And heck, there's actually an episode in Batman Brave and the Bold. I guess this is more of talking about but there's actually an episode in Batman Brave and the Bold where they talk about Ted Kord, which one I thought the Blue Beetle was only a Batman Brave and the Bold character. I had never heard of the character. I didn't know anything about him, so I thought, okay, is this some kind of like thing for like only for the show, like this is that character only for this? No, turns out there's a giant legacy around him, which fudge, yeah. And apparently Ted Kord wasn't just like, oh, a character just to give this Blue Beetle some backstory. No, he was actually a superhero. He had his own comic books and everything, which I liked. That was pretty awesome. And go on to keep on going to keep going on to Jaime Reyes. That's freaking awesome. I love that. And watching apparently how the New 52 ends up of Jaime Reyes, where he basically disappears at some point. He appears once in a cameo, but then like that's about it. He just straight up disappears. I'm thinking, that sucks. Because he has such great potential for everything he had such great stories that they could probably write with him. So many cool things. And I'm like, gosh dang it, we're going to lose that. But then, after finishing the retrospective of the Blue Beetle, of Linkara's Blue Beetle retrospective, I was reading the little things at the end. Because there was his little captions of either like jokes that he didn't put in or something like that. And then at the end, it said, yes, I've heard about Rebirth Blue Beetle with Jaime Reyes and Ted Kord, and I'm excited for it. I'm like, holy fudge, I'm excited for it. Blue Beetle's coming back, and I'm probably gonna start actually buying the books, because one, I didn't know about the Blue Beetle since for a while. I didn't know much about the history until I started watching the retrospective, which you can say anything you want about, like, oh, I'm not a real fan because I only knew because of the retrospective. It doesn't matter how you learn the history. It matters if you like the character, and I like the character. Is it superficial? No, he's one of my favorite characters now. I like the idea. I love this character. And the art design doesn't look too bad either. Show a quick thing if you can see that. The picture is upside down, but New Blue Beetle, the art for it, Rebirth, doesn't look too bad. And I want to see how they're going to pull it off with Ted Kord still being alive, which I hope they do it well. I hope they keep it to where it is. It seems like DC kind of got a slap in the face after the 52 New 52, which I think, if I believe correctly, even on top of the fourth wall told me, or told everyone that DC put a poll out saying like, oh, who here likes the New 52? Here, who wants the old universe back, and something like this, and everyone said we want the old universe, and DC took off the poll because they didn't want that. So I'm like, funny as, but yeah, I hope the Rebirth is going to fix a lot of things that were wrong with the DC universe. I hope they don't make as like from again, okay, maybe this like narrow sighted, just only watching from Linkara's point of view, which, mind you, though, I've read some. Actually, I have read some of the New 52. Harley Quinn series. Harley Quinn series a bit. I think I've read a Batman or two. Can't remember. But I read a few. I read a few of the New 52. I definitely want to start checking out Blue Beetle, especially when it starts coming out. Fudge, yes, but. It's like I hope they fix it. Like they say, like DC, like, oh well, DC said, well, Rebirth is supposed to let us, show legacies again, so because the world can have a legacy. I'm like, great, you're all not a bunch of fucking idiots, because although your movies apparently are still stupid, but no, but I definitely want to see Batman v Superman. I want to see how the fudge this is. I've already got like a few. Some people told me like, it's an extended trailer for Justice League, or the whole thing's just a trailer for Justice League, or another one saying like, I don't know, Batman doesn't seem to be very careful, but I'm just like, okay, I don't know. We already have a good Batman for the DC universe. He's named Arrow. We have a good for the movies. His name is Arrow. He's perfect Batman. The only thing he doesn't have is a bat. But I do hope they're gonna do well with this. Also, apparently, I'm not sure if Scooby-Doo is part of that Rebirth thing, because apparently they're also rebooting Scooby-Doo DC, which it's supposed to be them in apocalypse in the future, and they look different. And honestly, I think one, fudge, yeah, cool. Let me see this. I want to see this rebooted Scooby-Doo, mind you, and people complained about it. I'm thinking, why? Have you seen the newest the Family Guy Scooby-Doo that's on Cartoon Network? I barely watched it, so actually, you know what? It might be good. But just watching for what I did watch and watching the art style of it, I'm just thinking, this looks like a Family Guy skit of Scooby-Doo that's going to be the entire series. I don't know. Maybe it is good. Maybe it is good, and I'm just not seeing it, but it kind of reminded me a little bit of Teen Titans Go, so I kind of stayed away from it. I might review it, if anything, or might review the first few episodes, if only so I can see, I could let it have a chance to wow me. But yeah, I do hope the New 52 Rebirth is going to do well, give a legacy back to it, because again, half the reason why I extremely love comic books also, from the ones I do read, what I do love is lineage. I love the idea of there's an entire legacy behind all of these comic books. There's a whole giant continuity behind them. I like that. And some people might say, some people say like that kind of deters them from reading the books. I'm thinking, why? That should make you want to be thinking, well, I have 50 years of Batman I can freaking go back and read. I have so much stuff. I'm not saying like you have to waste money. You could just find them. I think you could probably find older books that are reprints like in a library or something. I don't know. But like hardcovers, like I have a few hardcover. Actually, it might be around there somewhere. I have like a hardcover books of like the few first Batman, or a few Batman stories, like the older ones, back when like a narrator described everything that was happening. But I think that's around the Silver Age. But that's just cool knowing that there's so much backstory for all these characters. Mind you, I go on the DC Wiki and Marvel Wiki every once in a while to like reread on some history on these, and for some reason it's just so many links that go to nothing other than Blue Beetle, nothing. Black Cat, nothing. and then like you have to go certain. It's like a maze. You got to find the right thread to freaking use to figure out to get backstory and history on this. But when you do, it's pretty awesome reading through it or finding the comic books and reading them. That's an awesome thing. And when the new 52 comes out, when Rebirth comes out, I definitely want to see it. I want to see what they're going to do with the series. I want to see what they're going to do with everything. Hopefully DC fix their crap. Doesn't make it all dark, because from what I've seen, again, I maybe not have read that many 52, but watching the top of the fourth wall, maybe that's not exactly the same, because I'm not looking at my own thing, but looking at it, he does kind of point out a lot of things, and not a lot of them are good. Mind you, I do want to read Red Hood and the Outlaw myself, but either way, already gone for 15 minutes. This should be long. I don't want to just drone on too long, but DC Rebirth, I definitely am looking forward to it. Hopefully they can fix some things that were wrong. Hopefully they give back things like the Teen Titans and all that. They make everything, better. But yeah, hopefully they make it good. And I definitely do want to start reading the Blue Beetle books. I want to see if I can find the before the new 52. I kind of want to see if I can find like the books of the Blue Beetle there. And then also I want to read Rebirth. I'm not sure if I'll read the new 52 version, if only because watching the retrospective, he did not paint them in a very nice light, and a lot of it seemed a lot of stupid. And if anything, it was like a lot of spitting in the face of like the before 52 ones, with like the Blue Beetle, with the Scarab not wanting the Beetle to Jaime to tell them who he was, cutting off the whole thing with Ted Cord in them. So that's kind of stupid. Especially since the legacy of the Blue Beetle kind of helps. It makes the character seem so much awesomer, especially seeing the different forms that the name of the Blue Beetle takes on. Because the legacy heroes are probably some of my favorite ones. Batman Beyond's one of my favorite. Batman Beyond, Blue Beetle, and there's a few others. Spider-Man 2, though I'm not talking about Miles Morales, because I haven't seen Miles Morales yet. Or I've read like a little bit of his comic book, and I'm like, who the fuck is this kid? And I just put the comic book down. But Spider-Man 2099, I like him. And also, Spider-Man has a lot of Spider spin-offs. He has a Spider family himself. Scarlet Spider, who's Kane. First was the actual Peter Parker, who then the Peter Parker who was Spider-Man was actually a clone, but then they tried to retcon it, but bullcrap. What was his name? Gosh dang it. Ben Reilly. Ben Reilly is the freaking Spider-Man. Dang it, he's Peter Parker. And you can say what you want about the Clone Saga. I still like the idea of him being Peter Parker, especially since the Scarlet Spider name is a legacy hero also because of Kane taking up that mantle. Then you have Spider-Man 2099, freaking awesome character that I like. He's freaking epic. Venom is a legacy character because originally it was Eddie Brock. No. Yeah, originally it was Eddie Brock, and now it's Flash Thompson. And Flash is, it's Flash. Flash is awesome as Agent Venom. And Ultimate Spider-Man, I kind of got excited, but then like when they started doing not talking about the comic, but I'm talking about the show. They showed Agent Venom, I'm like, yes! And then after that, it's like, after they did like the whole superhero high school episodes, I'm like, this got very stupid very quickly. But Agent Venom's freaking epic. But and also that he had a sidekick also, which I'm wondering if he's like, I wonder if she was the newest sidekick of superheroes within the past few years, because I'm not sure if there's still any sidekicks out there. Maybe there are some new ones, but I don't know, I can't think of any. But either way, Rebirth, definitely want to check it out. Definitely the Blue Beetle one, and I'll probably check out a few other ones if any of them catch my eyes. But reboots, I can understand if you do it for a good way, and if you do it like, the melding of the universes, like for that one. But other than that, why erase the past when the past allows so much great stories that you can even pull back from that past to keep going? Like the Blue Beetle with a character killing another character, but then the reason why this bad guy wants to kill him is because they killed a mom that was that character. Stupid idea, but they made it better. I like that. If you don't know what I mean, watch the Blue Beetle retrospective. But definitely want to check it out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you check out my videos that I've done, please click the link in the description below. Please check out my channel. Kind of fixed it to where you can kind of find things a lot easier. A little bit easier, but anyway, thank you for watching. Check out all my videos, and we will see you later.